Welcome, everyone. My name is John Tiamisha. Today is February 24th, and this is our Circassian for Beginners course. Like we did with the Wednesday class for North American students, we're going to try something a little different today. It's still TPRS, but we sometimes have students who are not able to come to every class. We have students who hear about our classes and think this is interesting. Let's go try it out. And what I want to do is come up with a way to be able to teach students who keep coming to classes, but also teach students who maybe this is their first class, right? So the general approach I'm going to try to take is like almost like a TV show, right? You can watch every episode and you can get a big story, or you can watch just one episode and you can enjoy what you've seen. And that's the approach we're going to take. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes, and we'll get feedback at the end. All right. So we're going to start with a little bit of a little review. This is not a new verb, but this is what I call a micro story, right? So if you've never seen this verb before, we're going to go through this verb. And if you've seen this verb before, this is going to be good practice. All right. So everyone open up your microphones, turn off the mute. Turn off the mute. Okay. So, class. Роботом загоржеа. Роботом загоржеа. 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 Роботом саджиара. Саджиара. Йцаржеа. Йцаржеа. Хабари. Khabar je'a, qaqwa je'a, qaqwa. Come here, qaqwa je'a. All right. And then as a review, now go on mute for just a minute. What we're practicing, I'm going to make sure everyone has pronunciation. Okay. So we're going to go through all 6 of the verb forms. You will be confused. That's okay. The goal here right now is not for you to remember all the forms. It's to feel comfortable with the muscles in your mouth to make the sounds properly. Okay. So it's okay if you don't, well, who's doing it? Am I doing it? Is he doing it? Is it question? That's okay. That's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is get comfortable with all the muscle movements you need to make all of these sounds. Okay. So put yourself on mute. I will say it properly, and then you can practice the pronunciation. Okay. Z, z, z. Zo, zo, zo. A, zo, a. Zo, a. Sa, zo, a. J, j. Bo, a. Jeboa, wa jeboa, ab, j, a, 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 jiz, a, ra, ara, ara, not khara, ara, jisara. Jisara, sa jisara, sa jisara. This is a z, but it's so close to the that it almost sounds like a s sound. Jisara, jisara. Jip, jip. Ara, jipara, jipara. Ab, ji, ara. Ji'ara. So one more down the list. Sa jizo'a, jizo'a. Wa jibo'a, jibo'a. Ab je'a, je'a. Sa jis'ara, sa jis'ara. Wa jip'ara, wa jip'ara. Ab ji'ara, ab ji'ara. Okay, so let's come off mute. Okay, Nilgun.
Sıt janti.
Robotum sıt ji'ara.
Robotum yitsar JA.
Robotum yitsar ji'a. Pej. Melih.
Sıcantı.
Robotum yitsar sit.
Robotum yeter sıçakum.
Come up with a name.
Robotum yeter Alexander.
Robotum yitsar Alexanders. Robotum yitsar Alexanders. Satanay.
Sit.
Wish alam yitsar sit.
أبي يتسأل ألكسندر.
Robotum yitsar Alexanders. Robotum yitsar Alexanders. Situ halamat. Situ halamat. Mahmat.
Yes, Janti.
خد خبار جيئرة.
روبوتم خبر جئرة.
بج روبوتم خبار جيئة. خبار ستن تيخواوا. What's that story about?
خبر about روبوتم ماشينة.
Okay. أخبار روبوتم يمشينم تيخواش. It's about his car. Okay. مشينة. Okay. نتاي. روبوت مشينة يأ.
روبوت مشينا مياش.
مشينة يأش. روبوتم سجيئرة.
روبوتم خبار جاء.
خبار جاء. وست جبرة نتاي.
روبوتم يخبر جزوء.
وروبوتم يخبر جبوء. اوكي خنش اردم جنوك. روبوتم خبر جيئرة حمراء زغور no, let me think something you understand. روبوتم خبر جيئرة حمراء مأرسة جيئرة.
Robotum ma'arisa JA.
حوا ست جيئرة.
Robotum khabar JA.
روبوتم خبر جاء. انت جنوك خد خبر جيئرة. خد
Robotum ma'arisa JA. Nee.
Okay. ده دي غصو together جنوك. روبوتم زغور جاء. روبوتم زغور جاء. He says something. ست جيئرة. خبار جاء. خبار جاء. عادشة روبوتم خبار جاء.
Robotum khabar JA.
جنوك
Janti.
خت خبار جيئرة. خت
About an apple, I don't know.
خت خبار جيئرة.
Robotum.
يا روبوتم خبار جاء. كيريل ست روبوتم جيئرة.
روبوتم يتسر جاء.
روبوتم يتسر جاء. روبوتم يتسر ست كيريل.
روبوتم يتسر ألكسندر.
روبوتم يتسر ألكسندرش. انت لماذا؟ سازغورج سرا.
هوا.
سازغورج زوء.
نوتي.
ساسج سرا.
Ve ses ara JVA.
Argoro سج سرا.
Ve ses ara JR.
Sa was jipara jizoa. Okay, okay, khunsh. I'm saying what you were saying. Okay, khunsh. Mirva,
صوت جانتي
sa jizoa aqua. Sa jizoa aqua.
نطقة
Ji ara aqua.
I didn't understand.
Sa jizoa.
Mhm,
Sa jizoa
aqua.
aqua.
mhm.
Khat ji ara. Khat ji ara aqua.
و و و جبوءة وجبوءة aqua.
Tapaj sa jizoa aqua. Sit jisara Mirva. Aqua hamara sitsar.
Can you repeat again?
Sa sit jisara. Aqua hamra sitsar.
وجبوءة aqua.
Paj. Lalina. Sit sitsar.
Do I say your name or my name?
Snowpshir sitsar. Sit sitsar.
What it's gentil.
Ta sitsar jantish. Was sit jipara Lalina?
Witzer Jizoa.
Paj. Wa sitsar jiboa. Lalina. Sitsar jantish. Sit jisara. Sit jisara.
Witzer Jiboa.
Paj. Sa sitsar jiboa. Paj. Muhammad. Khat yitsar ji ara.
جانتي
Khat yitsar ji ara.
لالينا أن لالينا روبوت أب يتسر جيئة
Was sit jipara wa? Was a gur jipara?
خت خت جبرة
Wa Muhammad
أنت
wa sit wa jipara.
س س جزوء أب يتسر
Abi yitsar jiboa. Okay. Khat yitsar jipara. Khat abi yitsar. Khat ab.
أب روبوت لالينر
Okay. Robotum yitsar sit.
روبوتم يتسر ألكسندر
Paj. Alexander sit ji ara.
ألكسندر زيغور جاء خبر جاء ده جاء
Mta paj. Alexander zagor jea. Khabar jea. Mta paj. Tal'a.
ست جانتي
Wadawashit.
حرزنش وفسو وداعشت
Sit jipara. Sit jipara tal'a.
س داوشت جزوء
داوشت جبرا. ستممش وبسو. ستممش وبسو. Sit jis'a. Sit jis'ara sa.
س سجزوء
وجبو'a داوشت. تمام. سجزو'a تمام.
وتمامش جبوء
Pej. Sa tamam jizo'a. Pej. We vimpu nibjauch zagorji aranoba.
هوا ومبوغ نوبة زري جبو جي أقم
جي أرقم. كوالسكي زيري جي أرقم نوبة.
انت
يا علي. خونشتا. ستناي. خت نوبة زري جي مؤرة. زري خت نوبة زري جي مؤرة. دلعة همرا كوالسكي فمبو.
كوالسكي فمبو.
كوالسكي فمبو زري جي أرقم.
زري جي أرقم.
صفاج. ست كوالسكي فمبو جي أرا. ستناي.
زري زري جي أرقم.
زري جي أرقم. خت زغور جيئة.
روبوت تمسك شيء.
ست جي أرا روبوت.
روبوت يتسر جيئة.
روبوتم يتر جيئة. انت باج. ست يجري جي أرا روبوتم.
خبار جيئة.
خبار جيئة باج.
في قاقوة جيئة.
قاقوة جيئة انت باج. سبا.
ست
وداوشت.
تمام تحاول غبسو ودوشت
ست جبا.
و ستوشت
سخسخاتقم. I didn't hear you. سخسخاتقم. ستممش. ست جسأرة نسبة.
وتمامش جبوة
باج. سخبار جسأرة.
عريق خبر
عريق اوكي خونش عريق خبار. أخبار تشاش حمرة تشح. تشاش أخبار تشاش. راشي. ستمم جسمة. If I say I'm okay. أخبار تشاش. It's a short story. باجقة. باج. نلقون ويب سثا.
هوا.
اوكي. وست جبرة.
س جزوء س يونيفرسيتم سقاش نوبة.
وجبرة أونيفرسيتيت مقاش نوبة. أرخبارش. أراشي. وجبوء سا أونيفرسيتيتم سقاش نوبة. أرخبارش. أراشي. وخبار جبوء. بجقة.
إيش؟ س خبر جزوء.
خط يجري خبار جي أرى.
نيلجون يجري خبر جاء.
روبوتم خبار جي أرى.
روبوتم زغور جاء.
زغور جاء. ست زغور.
روبوتم يتسر جاء.
يتسر جاء. روبوتم يتسر ست.
روبوتم يتسر ألكسندر.
وري ويتسر ألكسندر.
هوا سيتسر ألكسندر قم سيتسر نيلجونش.
باج ويتسر نيلجونش. سري سيتسر نيلجون.
هوا ويتسر نيلجون قم ويتسر جانتيش.
باج سيتسر جانتيش. وبسو. سينا.
وبسوش.
ست جانتي.
ست نيلجون جي أرى.
نيلجون يتسر جيئة.
ست يجري جي أرى.
Can you repeat it? I didn't hear it.
ست يجري نيلجون جي أرى.
نيلجون خبار جاء.
باج نيلجون خبار جاء. وست جبرة سينا.
زغور جاء.
زغور جزوء.
جزوء.
وزغور جبوء. خط يجري زغور جي أرى.
Robotum zgwar jia.
Paj robotum zagwar jea. Sit robotum jiara. Zagwar, sit zagwar.
Robotum yitzer jia.
Paj robotum yitzar jea. Robotum yitzar sit, Sena.
Robotum yitzer Alexander.
Paj, wari yitzar Alexander.
Natı sı sitzer senas.
Ah, wa yitzar senash. Khonsta, khonsta. Haya,
جانتي
dao shit.
سخر زنش مغبسو
Sit jipara.
سخر زنش جزوء
Ah, wa jboa sakhar zinash. Wapso, wapso. Robotum sit jiara.
ربطم خبر جاء
أخبار حلمت حمرة زي الشقوة.
حلمت دده
حلمت دداش. حلمت دداش. So حلمت means interesting. زي الشقوة means boring. Boring. Okay. سست جسرة. هيا.
ربطم خبر جزوء
وجبوء روبوتم يخبار هج ست جسرة.
انطه و يجبستو قاقوة جزوء جبوء
هج قاقوة جبوء. You are saying come here. قاقوة جزوء. قاقوة جزوء. زوار.
سجنتي
خط قاقوة جيرة.
وري
ممتاز.
قاقوة جبوء
روبوتم قاقوة جيرة.
حوا
حوا.
جوب أبي زري جاء
روبوتم قاقوة جيرة. حمرة خبار جيرة.
خبر جاء
تاج خبار جيرة. Okay. So this is a micro story. For some of you, you saw this word before. Some of you never saw this word before. I tried to stick with all the vocabulary that's on the screen. Some of you are a little bit more advanced speakers, so I know some of the vocabulary you know, like Haya. I knew she's going to know Halamat. Maybe she knows Zashugha. So, like I said, we're going to go to the next verb now. But how do you guys like this little approach? Helpful? Boring?
No, I think it's nice. I
Yeah.
like it.
Okay.
Janti, I have a question. Is it possible to ask?
Yeah, of course.
Can we say je zoa? Is it true? Is it
Yeah,
possible?
that's what this is. Sajizoa.
No, si je zoa. Is it possible?
Sasi?
Yeah, yes.
You cannot say this.
Okay, thank you.
It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
How are you guys feeling with your comfort with this verb, with these words on the screen?
I'd say we're pretty comfortable so far.
Okay.
Me too.
All right.
Very, very comfortable. Yes, sure.
Okay. So we'll go on to the next one then. Class.
Good.
Sa wimaker zichezoch. Sa wimaker zichezoch. Zichezoch. Okay. Zazamiza wared zichezoch. Zazamiza radio zichezoch. Zazamiza awathawa. Awathawa zichezoch. Okay. So let's go to mute again, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to practice these verbs. Remember, this is going to be like soup in your brain, right? We're going to go through 6 forms. It's okay. The point is not to understand all the meanings. It's to get comfortable with the muscle movements. The sounds are very easy, but there's lots of vowels here that are together. And so it's going to be a little tricky. So they all start with Z, like the number one.
Sorry, Janti, can I say something?
Yes.
If it's possible, can you make the right side a bit bigger?
Mhm. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So Z, Z, H, H, Zoch, Zoch, Chizoch, Chizoch, Zichizoch, Sa, Zichizoch, Zichizoch, Wa, Z, Ch, Boch, Zichboch, Ab, Z, Chech, Zichech, Ab, Zichech, Sa, Z, Chas, Chas, Chara, Chara, Chaschara, Chaschara, Zichaschara, Sa, Zichaschara, Z, Chap, Chap, Chara, Chap, Chara, Zichapchara, Wa, Zichapchara, Ab, Zichi, Zichichara, Zichichara, Ab, Zichichara. Okay, let's open up the microphones. Okay, Melich.
Said Janti.
Tell me that you, Melich, hear. Say, Janti, I hear.
Zichizoch.
Okay, Melich. Tell me you hear. I'm sorry, Melich. Mehmet, tell me you hear.
وزخبوخ.
Wazichabuch. Natai, tell me that he hears.
Ab, Zichech.
Zichech, correct. Okay. Janok, say to me, ask me, do I hear? As you, Janok, do I hear? Zichaschara. Sa zichaschara. Kirill, ask me, do you hear?
وزخبخرة.
Wazichepchara. Okay. Dimaza, ask me if she hears.
Ab zihichere.
Lalina, tell me that you hear.
وزخبوخ.
Wazichaboch. Muhammad, say I hear.
Se, Zichizoch.
Dal'a, tell me that, ask me if he hears.
Ab, Zichichere.
Zichichara. Satanai, ask me, do you hear?
وزخبخرة.
Wazichepchara. Nasiba,
Said
Pzawupsh, Sazichaschara.
وزخبخرة.
Wazihepchara. Okay. Nirgun. Tell me
Question.
I hear.
Says his own.
Okay. Sena. Tell me that she hears.
Abı zıhey.
Merva. Say, do you hear?
وزخبخرة.
Zechepchara. Haya. Ask me if she hears. And Ziwar, tell me you hear. Wazikhabuch. Okay. So you guys did really well. You guys all feel comfortable making these sounds? Yeah? Okay. So, and then we all know, I think most of us know wared, very common word. Radio, international word. And then we have this word, which is a noise. Awathawa. Awathawa. Paruski shum. Paruski awathawa. Okay. So, class. Sa we maker. Sa wa we maker zichzoch. Dumbo. What Dumbo? Red zechech. Robot. Radio zechech. Okay. And each of you, what? I'm speaking to each of you individually. What? Awasawa zichaboch. That was a chaboch. Okay. Malik. Malik. Sa sit zichaskara. Sit zichaskara.
و سماقر زخبوخ.
Taj. سوي ماكر زخزوخ. انت محمد.
انت.
وست زخبخرة.
ورد زخو زخ.
سا ورد زخزوخ.
سا ورد زخو زخ.
سي ماكر زخبخرة.
انت س وماكر زخو زخ.
راشي سي ماكر زخبوخ ورد زخبوخ. هج.
I didn't get the difference.
You hear my voice and you hear music.
Yes. To interest.
Yes. Natai. Khat ورد زخيخرة. محمد. محمد ورد زخيخر. زخيخ. 2 seconds ago, he said he heard the song.
محمد ورد زخيخ.
Wari ورد زخبخرة.
حوا ساورد زخب زخب خرقن.
وسد زخبخرة.
سا أول ثاوة زخزوخ.
زخزوخ. سا أول ثاوة زخزوخ. انت بج. جانوك. ست نتاي زخيخرة. ورد حمرة أو ثاوة.
نتاي ورد زخي.
حوا. نتاي ورد زخيخرقم. زخيخرقم. ست نتاي زخيخرة.
نتاي أو زخير.
أو ثاوة.
أو خاوة.
نتاي أو ثاوة زخيخ.
نتاي أو خاوة زخي.
وست زخبخرة جنوك.
س جانتي زخوخ
سا جانتي زخزوخ.
س جانتي زخزوخ
سسي ماكر زخبخرة.
أو س جانتي ماكرة زخزوخ
سا جانتي يماكر زخزوخ. انت باج. كيريل. و سسي ماكر زخبخرة.
انت س ووي ماكر زخزوخ.
خت يجري سسي ماكر زخيخرة. خت.
س يجري ووي ماكر زخزوخ.
Pej. So when I say خت يجري, it means who else?
Oh, I thought it's now.
يجبستو is now.
Yeah.
جانو.
Class.
خونش.
Class. ووي ماكر زخيخ.
بج. لماذا؟ ويجبستو راديو زخبخرة.
هوا نجيبستو راديو زخزوخكم.
زخسخركم.
زخسخركم.
ست ويجبستو زخبخرة.
سنجيبستو وماكر زخزوخ.
بج. ويجبستو سيماكر زخبوخ. يجبستو وأوثاوة زخبخرة.
هوا سنجيبستو أوثاوة زخسخركم. زخسخركم.
اوكي. خونش. لالينا. لماذا يجبستو ست زخيخرة سسيماكر حمرة أو ثاوة؟
أبي ووي ماكر زخيخ.
هج وريسي ماكر زخبخرة.
أنت سووي ماكر زخزوخ.
خد سسيماكر يجبستو زخيخرة. خد.
دماذا ووي ماكر زخيخ.
هج.
تي سووي ماكر زخزوخ.
هج. دامبو محمد. دامبو يجبستو ست زخيخرة.
أبو ورت زخيخ.
بج. أبو ورد زخيخ. وري ورد زخبخرة.
هوا سري ويماخر زخزوخ.
سا ويجبستو سسيماكر زخبوخ. بج. دلعة. وتوك ويئة.
هوا.
توك ويئكم.
يجبستو ستوك سيأكم.
اوكي. راديو ويئة.
هوا.
راديو ويئكم. أراشي راديو يجبستو زخبخرة.
سكوكراغ.
و يجبستو راديو زخبخرة.
هوا سيجبستو راديو زخس خرقم.
ويجبستو سيجبستو راديو زخسخركم. سج حتشا.
س راديو سيأقم.
بج. راديو ويأقم. ستناي. دلعة راديو يأ.
حاول طلعها راديو ويأقم. يأقم.
بج. دلعة راديو يأقم. دلعة راديو زخيخرة.
حاول طلعها راديو زخيخركم.
هج. دلعة راديو زخيخركم. Such حاجة
طلح راديو يقم.
حاج ده راديو يأقم وراديو ويأ
انطنس راديو سياش.
يجبستو وراديور زخبخرة
حوا يجبستو راديو زي خس خرقم.
يجبستو راديو زخسكركم باج نسبة
ست
ويجبستو ورد زخبخرة
حوا ورد زهس خرقم.
ست يجبستو زخبخرة
وقاب أخرر زهس.
سجس زخبخرة باج ورد زخبخن وخوي
زاغورة
خونش نلقون
ست جونتي
ويانا داوشت
سيانر فس وبشو
ويانا يجبستو تلفزير زخيخرة
نتا سيانر يجيبستو تلفزيون يوبل
زخيخري يوبل
زخيخري يوبل
زخيخري يوبل واري زخبخرة تلفزير
هوا سب يجيبستو تلفزيون زخيخرقم
زخبخرقم طباج ست يجبستو زخبخرة
سي يجيبستو وي ماقر زخيزوخ
باج سينا نلقون يجبستو سسي ماقر زخيخرة
نتا أبو وي ماك زخيش
واري زخبخرة سسي ماقر
نتا س وي ماك زخوش
ويجبستو أولاوة زخبخرة
نتا س يجبستو أو شاقوا سخوخ
أولاور the noise أولاور زخبخر ست. What is the noise that you hear? أولاور زخبخر سماقراش أزغروعاش ميرفا داوشت
Not good.
Not good. Okay. You were expecting me to ask you a question that was not dawashit.
No, I know what tawshit means.
I know, but I think you were memorizing some of these words so you could say them.
Yes.
And then you were surprised when I didn't say the verb that you wanted me to say.
Yes, I was thinking about what Egypto means, for example. I don't know. And you say you always repeat it.
Yes. So if I ever say, so a couple things, I'll tell you what it means. First of all, I know it's hard when you're learning, but everybody try to avoid the temptation of practicing what you are going to say, because you don't know what I'm going to ask you. Like, you know, with Nilgun, I know that her mother sometimes watches TV, so I threw that out at her, right? With other people, I know certain things about your lives because you shared them with me, and I try to make this real for you. And I also try to do that to mix things up, because if you're waiting, if you're memorizing something in your head and then you're waiting, you're not getting the meaning of the word. You're just spitting out some sounds based on sounds that you hear. You're not getting the context of it. So that's one. And to do sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of what I do, I try to mix things up to confuse you on purpose, to demotivate you to do that.
Yes, excellent.
The other thing is if anyone ever hears a word that I say, like I know many of the students know what Yijipstu means, but I didn't know that you don't know. So just you put your hand up using the emoticon in Zoom, and then I'll see that you have a question. I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll give you that question. Because if you hear Yijipstu 10 times in this class and you only learn at the end of class what it means, that's not good for you. If you hear it the first time and then I tell you what it means, and then you hear it 9 more times, you now have 9 times to practice that word and learn it.
Okay. John T, may I ask you something?
Sure.
Zhizoch, what is the infinitive form of this word?
Zichechen.
Zichechen. Okay, thank you.
It's either zichechen or zechechen. No, zichechen. Zichechen.
Zichechen. Okay, thank you.
Yep. So Merva, Yijipstu means right now.
Okay.
So I'll spell this out for you. I do all the notes in a separate deck so we don't mess up the primary deck. This is a question somebody asked in the last class. Yijipstu.
Why are you saying right now? Is there another word for just now?
You know what? Yeah, you know, it's now, I know in Russian it's сейчас or прямо сейчас. I know there's a difference. In Circassian, they're interchangeable. There's some exceptions to this, but they're very interchangeable. Now or right now. Yijipstu. Okay. So, Merva.
Sit.
Yijipstu. Sit zichepchera.
سوي ماقر زخزو.
سوي ماقر زخزو. و يجبستو ورد زخبشرة.
حو س ورد زخزوخر. زخزوغرقم.
زخسخرقم.
زخسخرقم.
We take the question form. We take, whoops, why is this? We take the question form. We drop this E and we add qim. Zikhaskhirqim.
Zikhaskhirqim.
Khat yijibstu warad zikhikhira.
I don't know who.
Dumbo.
Dumbo warad zikhikh.
Dumbo warad zikhikh. Dumbo yijibstu warad zikhikh. Wa yijibstu awashawa zikhapkhira.
How sa awashawa
Zikhaskhirqim.
Zikhaskhirqim.
Sit zikhapkhira yijibstu.
Nobody.
So si makar zikhabokh.
You mean your voice is a noise?
No, I said you said you don't hear a noise. I said right, and then I said, what do you hear right now? And you said nobody.
No, I got you. I misunderstand you. Sorry. So we makar zikhazo.
Si makar zikhabokh. Khonsta. I thought you were calling me a nobody, like I'm nothing. I'm nobody.
No, I misunderstand you. Sorry.
All good. All good. Ziwar. Zikhapkhira si makar.
نتا ست داخل وماقر ويا
تحمي غبصو و اسطنبول مشقرة
نتا نجيب
ويجبتو ويجب ستو بوليتسيوم أو الثاور ذكرة. رجاء سيجب ستو بوليتسيوم أو الثاور ذكزوخ.
سيجب ستو بوليسيوم يماقر سغزوخ.
يماقر حمرة أو الثاور.
توري زغوسو.
توري زغوسو. بوليتسيوم ويبجم قاقوا. دم دم دم. مبجر زوار. يماقر ذكرة.
سشاكم أو maybe.
Merva, do you know what I'm asking, Ziwar?
No.
Okay. So there was a police siren in the background, right? There was a police siren in the background. So I asked Ziwar, what? Egyptsto policium, police, policium, ya awashower zikhabkhira. So what do you think I was asking Ziwar, Mirva?
Can you hear the noise of the police?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay. All right. We're going to go to breakout rooms. But first, let me just do a quick check. There are 15 of you. There's one of me. There's 15 of you. And what I'm trying to do is give everybody a chance to speak. And listening, by the way, Mirva, you haven't heard me say this in a while because I haven't said it in a while. Listening is a skill as well. Listening is a real skill. Okay. So when I'm speaking or when others are speaking, you should all be listening. Okay. But I'm trying to give everybody a chance to speak, and we covered 2 verbs and we went through 5, 10 vocabulary words. I know people are still learning. Is there anybody who feels completely uncomfortable with what we're doing? No? Okay. Merva, on a scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is, I'm struggling, I don't even know why I'm here. 2 is, I kind of get it, but I'm very uncomfortable. 3 is, I'm doing okay. 4 is, I feel comfortable. And 5 is, you're wasting my time. I don't even need the slides. Give me the next one. Where would you say you are right now?
2.
2. Okay. So I'll come into your breakout room and I'll spend time with you. Is there anybody else who's at a 2? Okay. Okay, very good. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend a fair amount of time in the breakout room. And what I want you guys to do is I'll drop these slides into the chat here. Chat. Okay. I want you to play with both of these slides. Okay, because you can say robot zagorjea zichepchera robotem jiera. You can play with these verbs if you want, right? Because one of them is to say and one of them is to listen or to hear. To hear. Okay, so we could say sa khabar jzoa wa khabar zichepchera. Right? So if I say that I'm saying a story, I can ask you, do you hear the story? Okay, let's try this. Let's try to role play this a little bit. And actually, give me a second here. Give me a second. So all the vocabulary is on this page. You can use just this page. This is slide number 17. Okay. And I'm going to even get rid of this. Okay. So it's just a little bit easier. Or let me do this. I'm sorry. I just want to give you guys as much of the content as possible. It's going to be a busy slide. Give me a second. going to stop the video.
Burada zihifzoh olarak yazmışlar.
Teşekkür ederim.
Yani rica ederim.
Was it helpful, the breakout rooms, to get some practice in?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. That was.
We have a few more minutes before the class ends. I wanted to take any questions that people might have about the vocabulary or how we say these words or anything like that. Yes, Dala.
Janti, can we say zhizash? Is it the past tense? Is that correct?
Zheshash.
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 For the future, it has hunush.
Zheshanush. Zheshanush.
What's so?
So wish.
I
Other
also have one problem. If no other people ask, is it more correct, more appropriate to use zakhan, the verb zakhan, to hear, or for word actually? Is it more appropriate to use zakhan or that one?
That one.
That one. Okay.
So just like in English, we have a word to hear and we have a word to listen. So you might hear, what is zikhazoh? Like you're walking in the park. What is zikhazoh? I hear a song. I hear it, but I'm not listening to it. It's just in the background. But then maybe you go in the park, zikhazoh warad. Now you go there and you come up to somebody and you see them and now they're playing a song that you like. So da'wa, I'm listening to the song.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. The word for gypsy in Circassian, we would use the Russian word or the Turkish word. We never had our own gypsies until foreigners came. So we would just use, what do you guys call them in Russia? You don't call them Roma, do you?
Tzigane.
Tzigane.
Yeah.
Tzigane.
Yeah. What do you guys call them in Turkey?
Tingene.
Okay.
But Roman is
And Roman also.
Romani. Romani.
Roman is.
Yeah. I'm not sure if these are all good words to use, so we'll drop the subject because I know they're very sensitive about what they're called. Any other questions?
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
When can we begin studying how to say things in the plural form, like fa, da? Yeah.
So the challenge we have is that we have a mixed class here where we have some people that are a little bit more advanced and we have some people who are beginners. And the way that TPRS is structured, TPRS is designed to take somebody to an A1 or an A2 level and to get them to a high level of comfort. I can certainly build fa, da, akhir, or abishim. I can build that content, but it's a little bit much for most people in this class right now.
So
yeah, TPRS as a methodology has not really figured out how to do like B1 level, B2 level fluency. And I'm still building my materials as well. So that's it. There's no good answer for it right now. You know, one thing I could, and the other thing I'm trying to figure out is I have a curriculum, but if this were a university class and you guys were coming 3 or 5 times a week for 45 minutes or 90 minutes, I could teach you all. I could get you to a B2 level of fluency, no problem. But that's not the reality, right? Some people have work, some people have travel, some people get sick. This is not part of the job. It's not part of their school. And so not everybody is able to come all the time. So I can certainly design a curriculum that would do what I just said, but then how do I make that work in the real world where not everybody is able to come all the time? And we have some people who start, they get motivated, they start halfway through the class. So this is what I'm trying to solve for right now.
all right, thank you.
All right, we got time for one more question.
I don't have a question, but can I say something? As I just learned, you have a WhatsApp group. Can you let me join, please?
Yes. Let me do that before we close. Give me a second here. I'll drop this into the chat. Where is this? Group info. No, that's not it. Invite through link, copy link. There, it's in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Click on it now though, because when I end the Zoom, it's going to go away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. I think you guys are making tremendous progress. Really, really, you guys are making tremendous progress. You may not always see it because you're in it, but I see it. So I think you guys are doing really well. I'll see you guys.
How was I, Jonty?
You are a lot better than you think you are.
Thank you.
You are ready and able to go talk to native speakers in Nelchik.
Thank you very much. Thanks to you.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
I'm grateful.
It will be great to play the Lincoln game with this activity, actually.
Maybe next week we'll do the linking game then.
Okay, I will be waiting for it.
All right, cool.
Because, you know, we saw all the things as it will be interesting. Okay, thank you.
I'll think about it. Cool. All right, guys. See you next week.
See you.
Is it